when we got into the office this morning, the news was Prince Harry's coming over. He's leaving his family behind because of the police protection, but he's staying at Buckingham Palace. Mm-hmm. And before we came on air, that has now completely reversed. Yes. He's no longer staying because the palace says he didn't reply to the invitation in time.
It's insane that you cannot stay at your own dad's house because you didn't do the administration in time. I think for me, I think it's a really easy home run and win for the royal family to fix and remedy the situation. It would look so good to so many people. They would feel safer. They would feel more connected to the royal family if they could repair this. And the thing is, what makes it even more embarrassing is he's actually making the effort. He comes, he turns up, even though he has no protection. He doesn't seem to be particularly welcome. He doesn't seem to be getting along with his siblings either. But I think there is just an easy remedy for the royal family that would really help everyone and how we perceive them. And at the moment, they're kind of grinding themselves into obscurity. And I think the difference is that when Harry and Meghan were first getting married and it was Will and Kate, we saw this as the face of a brand new royal family. I was excited. I was like, I can accept this. This feels relatable to me. But they have done everything to destroy that image of their own accord. And I'm just like, this is so bad. And so they are failing him. You know, as a man that protects my family, protecting your family is 3 steps ahead of punching someone in the face if they try to get you in front of your family. It's about protecting them from the energy. It's about protecting them from the newspapers and protecting them from anything that can come off. And the way that they've been spoken about is just disgraceful, man. I'm really sad about it, to be honest.
But you're right.
Prince Harry's relationship with the royal family continues to generate debate, and the latest discussion center on what many commentators see as the treatment he receives whenever he returns to the United Kingdom. This time the conversation has intensified after reports and ongoing public speculation surrounding accommodation and security arrangement reignited criticism from royal observers, journalists and members of the public. So according to several UK commentators, the issue is no longer simply about family disagreements. Instead, they argue that it has become a question of how the institution itself treats one of its own members. For these critics, every new controversy reinforces an image of a family struggling to manage internal deviation, while projecting stability to the public. Many commentators believe that Prince Harry's situation has evolved beyond the personal disputes that once dominated headlines. They argue that the focus should now be on whether the monarchy is protecting its own reputation by handling disagreement fairly and respectfully. Some have suggested that repeated stories surrounding accommodation, security and communication risk creating the impression that the institution is more concerned with maintaining distance than demonstrating unity. So Prince Harry has consistently stated that he wants to visit the United Kingdom with his family under circumstances that he believes are safe. Throughout his public statement over the past several years, security has remained one of his central concerns. Supporters argue that this position is understandable, particularly given his unique public profile, his military service, and the intense media attention that continues to follow him around the world. Several royal commentators have emphasized that, regardless of the past disagreements, Harry remains the king's son and someone who served the country for many years as a working royal. They argue that these facts alone deserve recognition whenever discussions arise about his visit to Britain. One commentator noted that disagreements between families are common, but institutions carrying centuries of history are often judged by how they handle moments of conflict rather than periods of harmony. So, according to that perspective, demonstrating fairness, dignity, and compassion during difficult moments will strengthen public confidence rather than weaken it. So, the accommodation debate has become symbolic for many observers, while official details remain limited and much of the reporting has relied on media sources rather than that formal palace statement. So the wider public conversation has focused less specific building and more on what they represent. To supporters of Harry, the question is whether he's being treated as a valued member of the family whenever he returns home. So commentators argue that public perception matters enormously for monarchy. Every decision, whether administrative or symbolic, is examined not only by a British audience but by millions of people across the Commonwealth and international. So in today's digital era, images and narrative travel instantly, meaning that even relatively small decision can become major global talking point. Many believe this is exactly what has happened in Harry's case. Instead of discussion centering on reconciliation or family healing, attention has shifted towards question of exclusion and institutional responsibility. Critics say that this shift does little to benefit the royal family's public standing. So supporters also point to Prince Harry's long record of public service. Before stepping back from the royal duties, he spent years supporting charitable organizations, advocating for veterans, promoting mental health awareness, and launching initiatives that continue to have international influence today. So the Invictus Game, widely regarded as one of Harry's most significant achievements, remains a powerful example frequently cited by those defending him. Since its creation, the event has brought together wounded, injured, and sick service personnel from around the world, celebrating resilience and recovery through sports. So, commentators argue that achievements like the Invictus Game demonstrate Harry's commitment to public service, independent of his royal role. Even after relocating to the United States, he has continued supporting veterans, charitable causes, environmental initiatives, and mental health campaigns. So, many observers believe this contribution should remain part of any balanced discussion surrounding his relationship with the monarchy. They argue that reducing Harry solely to family disagreement overlooked years of meaningful work that has positively affected thousands of people. Security means another major aspect of the ongoing debate. Supporters emphasize that Harry has repeatedly expressed concern about protecting himself, Meghan, and their children during visits to Britain. They argue that regardless of different opinions about legal matters or official policy, personal safety should never become a political or public relation issue. Some commentators have expressed concern that ongoing disputes over security create unnecessary controversy. Whenever Harry visits the UK, rather than allowing attention to focus on charitable work or family events, discussion repeatedly become dominated by questions surrounding protection and logistics. And Prince Harry, we know, himself has spoken publicly on several occasions about wanting healing within his family, while acknowledging the disagreements that have occurred. He has also expressed hope that relationship can improve over time. Supporters view these comments as evidence that he has not closed the door on reconciliation. Instead, they believe he continues to leave room for dialogue, provided it takes place with mutual respect and understanding. For many observers, that willingness remains significant. They argue that despite years of public scrutiny, Harry has continued focusing considerable attention on charitable projects, veteran causes, and mental health initiatives and family life. As the debate continues, many experts believe that monarchy faces an important challenge. Every decision relating to Prince Harry will inevitably be interpreted through the wider lens of public expectation surrounding fairness, compassion, and institutional leadership. Whether discussion involve accommodation, security, or broader family relationship, commentators argue that the public increasingly expect transparency, dignity, and consistency.